Today's show brought to you live from Lounge Media Group Studios. It's Pedro and the Freight Hound with the Logistics Lounge. The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.
Yo, what's crack-a-lackin', people? We appreciate y'all joining us for, it's the second show of the week. Yeah, second show of the week. Look
This
at
is my
that,
third
bro.
show of the week.
It is your third show of the week. You're just a hustler, bro.
We're going the distance, man.
I'm just lazy. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm just lazy.
Waste of space.
That's, man, you sound like my wife, bro. Golly, come on now.
Whoa! All right, it's been a pleasure knowing you, pal.
Oh, man, Mr. Hound, how are you doing, bro?
Brother, I'm doing fantastic. Had a great day. Just woke up to the freight god smiling on me, man. Got like 4 new customers coming in on board, getting some import work rolling out of Houston. Yeah, good things on the horizon, brother. I'll tell you that. And the weather's been great. It's just awesome. Jealous of you, though. About to be going to that Texas truck show. But before we get to that, how's your week been? How's your day been?
Dude, my week's been good, man. We started it off with a bang. We're having old James year on Monday. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then, dude, so I just been kind of riding that. Whole week has been great. Picked up a couple customers myself, man. Got this one customer, like I've booked every single load. Like they sent an email out to like 10 brokers. I know that, but I've booked every single load these people have sent out since I started doing business with them like 2 weeks ago. And the dude just called me today. He was like, hey man, do you want these other ones? He's like, if so, I'm not even going to put them out there. I was like, yeah, dude, send them on over. So 3 more loads coming for next week. I mean, man, this morning, I think I won and booked 5 loads within like, just 30 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. It's my first, like flawless day I've had in a while, man. Knock on wood, dude. So it's going great. Yeah, man. I'm ready to just keep the momentum going, and I'm ready for Texas Trucking Show too, dude. It's next week, and man, like who we? I'm so damn excited, Hunter. Like I'm serious. Oh, yeah, I am so excited, especially with this after party that we've helped put together, man. I mean, we have signed on 11 sponsors to this after party with the Greater Houston Trucking Association, man. They're a nonprofit, so like all of that money is going to go back into their association, do some good, and we're going to have a good time. I got tons of giveaways. Well, I say tons. I got some giveaways that we're going to do. Spill Bully sent us a spill kit. I got some shirts and hats and stickers and all kinds of and koozies and stuff from other people, and yeah, man. So I'm hyped, brother. I'm excited, dude.
You should be, man. And hey, kudos to you. You've been busting your tail on getting this whole thing organized. So Texas Lounge, baby, Texas Lounge.
I can't take any credit for organizing it. Texas, what's up, Lisa? The Texas Truck or the association folks, they put the whole thing together, booked the space, everything. I am just throwing money at it, or the Lounge Collective is just throwing money at it. How about that? So
yeah, I'll be there in spirit. Yeah. And hey, Fred, if you're driving down from New York, maybe I can hop in the truck with you and just drive down to Houston, and then I'll catch a flight back.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Nah, I can't do that.
Yeah, Fred, if you can make it, Fred, I mean, you got my number, bro. Text me. I'll have part of all of this. Every time someone sponsors, we get 4 VIP passes to the after event, and none of the people who are sponsoring going, so they're just all doing it to be good. But let me know, because I'll have a bunch of VIP passes. I'm going to give those away, and I'll gladly save one for you. Fred would be at that same place.
In Houston with the reefer, yeah. Fred, I got to send you one of the reefer hats, man.
Oh, we sure do, dude. I'm glad you got that trailer up and running, Fred. I didn't know you had finally got it up and running. He had bought that thing, months ago. He got that trailer, man. Yeah. So,
Fred, if you're staying in Houston, brother, we might need to talk, man. I might have some business for you.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Schmitz are in Dallas.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, y'all need to start coming up to Tennessee. Y'all are in the wrong state.
Hey, I don't. It's probably It's probably Lisa doing the replying. But Lisa, if y'all are heading south down 35, let me know. Y'all may pass right by me, and I mean, if we got time, maybe we can meet up and do lunch or something. So let me know if you are.
Oh, there's Lee himself. What's up, brother?
Oh, there's Lee. What's up? Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Right. Cool.
What's going on in the news today, there,
man? It's I'm glad you asked, man. We got something pretty interesting from your neck of the woods. So we're gonna get this Lounge Media News brought to you by AR.Pro and is always sourced from Trucking News Hub. All right. Another major city with a truck parking problem. Who'd have guessed? And you know what? Another major city that is doing all they can to make it seem like they're against the truckers that bring in the goods, that support said city. Because a councilwoman from Nashville, Tennessee, says she is looking for solutions after noting an uptick in truck parking along several streets. There already is an existing Metro Nashville ordinance that prohibits the parking of trucks, trailers, and semi-trailers, which that makes no sense. That's where on any street at any time of the day, with the exceptions for loading and unloading. But a local leader says that truckers are not abiding by this restriction, and this is obviously in part due to the closure of the TA. And the TA truck stop there in Nashville. Sorry, this lady, Councilwoman Stiles, she wrote this to her constituents, and she titled it "Truck Trailer Parking Update." She says, "We have all been annoyed with the seemingly overnight appearance of tractor trailer trucks parking along Old Hickory Boulevard in Murfreesboro and Old Franklin Road. I've been speaking with the Nashville DOT over the last few months about what we can do. Without question, there is a pain. They are unsightly and they impact visibility and cause unsafe roadways. The update today is that the traffic engineering team is going to go out this week and assess the visibility and safety issues to determine what locations that need further no parking signs. With the signs, we should have some accountability and enforcement," she says. She continued and said, "I believe that we have now discovered the reason for their arrival, it being the TA travel stop downtown that closed last year, and the trucks have no designated place to go. They are now parking wherever they can by the interstate entrances for their breaks and along other surface roads. I will post when I have the results of the traffic enforcement's findings, but we definitely need a fix." And there you go. So, I mean, they've already passed this thing a while back, but, obviously they knew TA was closing. This stuff was in the news. Like, I don't know how long. I think it was 6 months before it actually closed.
The TA downtown Nashville?
Yeah.
That's been closed for like a year, if not more.
What I'm saying is I think it was like at least 6 months before they closed when they made the announcement saying that they were going out of business. So,
dude, I'm just going to tell you right now, this is cliche freaking Nashville, Tennessee. I know Murfreesboro's a little bit south, but I mean, they closed that TA. The only other truck stop close to there is that Love's right off of freaking Trinity Lane, which is very dangerous. Like, multiple murders have happened there. But hey, you know a solution to that? You want to hear about this, Pedro?
I was hoping you were going to tell me what the solution was.
So Freight Ninja just so happens to be opening up a new location right there in Laverne, Tennessee, which is right smack dab in between Murfreesboro and Nashville proper. So if you want some good gated, lighted, secured parking, holler at our boys. Tell Neil that we sent you.
And that you want a Freight Ninja hat.
Yeah, if you want a Freight Ninja hat and stickers. They got really cool stickers.
Yeah, that's right. And a sticker.
And ask for his shoes. He might give them to you. You never know.
Probably would.
The shirt off his back.
Love how it says unsightly when there's no parking where they park. Maybe she can let the dude. I know
there is no parking in Nashville, dude.
Yeah,
like
it
is
not. But
dude, the infrastructure there is like comparable to like Boston. They build, and then the roads and like that's like the last thing they worry about, dude.
Well, I mean,
I got no pity for these fools.
No, it's just that thing again, man. That they knew the TA was closing down. Truck parking has been a problem here before the TA closed down, and there's no solutions. All they do is typical, like politician kind of thing. They just complain and they never really provide a solution. So there's tons of funding out there. The grants are there. Maybe they could be applying for this stuff and help find solutions. But
hey, why don't we fix the roads?
That's a good point too. Yeah, but until then, you made a great point. People like our good friends Freight Ninja are out there trying to provide a solution and give drivers a safe place to park. So I'm glad you brought that. I was hoping you were going to bring that.
They're not trying. They are, brother. They are.
That's right.
Creating solutions out here. But yeah, I'll go give her a talking to tomorrow. You best believe that. Catch me on Capitol Hill.
Cash me on Capitol Hill.
Yeah,
that's gonna be your tagline. All right. Anything else you want to say about that?
It's not NASCAR, but I heard something about a racetrack.
Yeah, man. You ready to go fast? Vroom, vroom. No.
Vroom, vroom.
Nick Lafalce with Racetrac, everybody. Where is his video?
Did you forget to upload it?
No, I know I did. All right, well, we're just gonna sit here and talk for a minute while this uploads because I know I uploaded this thing. I know 1,000% I did. So we're just gonna sit here and twin. Do we need? I need the Jeopardy hold music. There we go. There we go. That's it. All right. Nick with Racetrac, everybody. Just gotta approach this final hearing. What else am I gonna do?
Oh man, you put a personal touch on that one. It's
yeah, man. That's why we ask you these questions, man.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, it's a pleasure to meet y'all, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure to see you again, I guess would be the proper thing to say, Nick. Yeah.
I guess so.
Unless you partied so hard at Match, you forgot about us, man. I mean,
No, it's man, y'all talk about Texas trucking so enthusiastically, and I'm here glad that I get a break from the trade shows. It's those are great events, but let me tell you, running them, that is really a real big effort for us. It's we took for Racetrac, we had a booth there in the North Hall, and I want to say we gave stuff out to over like 2,300 drivers in attendance. It was an action-packed weekend, but man, I was tired, and the rest of my marketing team was too. So,
dude, Texas, I honestly so agree with you, man. Like with the event stuff, except it's different, dude, when you just go there to attend, even though Hunter and I will still do our media stuff and media coverage, it's different having a booth, man, because you were kind of beholden and locked to that booth. You know what I mean? Like Matt's, this is the first year we had a booth, and as fun as it was like there were so many things we didn't get to do because we had to be at a booth and help hold down a booth and be there for interviews and stuff.
Yeah,
so
a lot of responsibilities, a lot of timelines. So I can't imagine that running a super booth like y'all had. Dude. And our booth wasn't even our booth, man. It was with our sponsor, Freight Ninja, and it was still like running like some chickens with their heads cut off. But
and Racetrac's booth was huge, man. I think they had like a 30 by 30 or something. That thing was massive.
Yeah, it was pretty big. For those of you that don't know, Racetrac Raceway, we're predominantly known for our convenience stores. A lot of people think of us as a four-wheeler brand here in the Southeast. Me and my team, I work on the marketing team with a bunch of other great folks. We're all responsible for the travel center segment of the business. And, part of the reason we had that 30 by 30 booth out at Mid-America was to really let the drivers know, like, we have these stores with high flow diesel, what we call a travel center, to really get the awareness out there. And I think, man, I used to go to the GATS, the Great American Trucking Show, and that was an awesome show.
That was.
But really, it's Mid-America now. That's like the heart, and soul of the show every year in this, United States. So it's a great opportunity for us to be out there.
Man, I used to go to GATS too. That one was great because it was all indoors, just like the Texas Trucking Show is. When GATS was in Texas too, there used to be a whole like string of them. There was Matt's, GATS, it was like 3 of them, and they all were something America Trucking Show. You know what I mean? I can't remember what the third one was, but
GATS,
I think Matt's
Central American Trucking Show.
No, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I don't know.
Down Costa Rica, man, it's awesome.
Yeah. No, Matt's is the only. I don't know if it was the same family that ran all of them, but yeah, Matt's is the only one that's left as far as I know. So. But
yeah, no, it's a really awesome opportunity to get out there. It's also cool because for the travel centers that Racetrac does have, a lot of them are located up I-65. So it's really cool for those that, a lot of the drivers who get to stop by our stores in like E-Town and Shepherdsville and like Louisville, Outer Loop. It's just cool to see like their perspective on like what our brand looks like. And it's an awesome opportunity to just kind of talk about those stores and the markets we have them. And, it's a growing program for us. One thing I didn't even get to mention at the start, for our travel center program, a lot of it's just so new. We've only been building these stores with high flow diesel, the truck parking, the cat scales since 2018. So it's really new for us, and it's cool to see, what drivers think of us. I feel like so many people are so used to like Love's, TA, Pilot, like the national truck stop brands, and hearing the perspective of, well, the first year we went to Matt's, they were like, what's Racetrac? And then, we're getting to the second year. It's like a lot of them are starting to kind of finally catch on that, we're growing and we have more stores that are opening with the high flow diesel.
Well, we're going to dig further into that. And as someone who has been going to Racetrac C stores for as long as I can remember, man, it's pretty neat to see you guys finally move into this space. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know why you never have. I mean, like you guys have always had a humongous parking lots, maybe not for long-term parking, but dude, you could easily fit a couple semis in any Racetrac C store, so really glad to see you guys get into that. But before we do the deeper dive into it, what we want to do is want to start you off, Nick, like we start everyone off, and with the question, and that question is, who is Nick, and how did you get to be the marketing manager with Racetrac, specifically with on their Travel Center brand?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm pretty fresh out of college. Only in 2020 I graduated. So, I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm from Orlando originally. Kind of how I fell into marketing. Didn't really know what I wanted to do in college, and figured out I had a knack for writing and communications, and kind of just took it from there. Post college, I've worked in a variety of marketing and sales roles. I worked at a company selling flatbed tarps. To a company that sold telematics like ELDs for dump trucks. So it's I've kind of always been in trucking. Really a lot of what my passion is trying to get the word out there and talk to people. I personally, when I'm outside of work, I love just hanging out, going to conventions. I do writing some, my own blog. It's just a lot of things I'm passionate about, that I really like that I get to do. When I work here at Racetrac, one of the cool things is I'm mainly over, getting the word out about our travel center program. A lot of it's always an everyday battle to, let the drivers know that we're a fit for them. So that's a little bit of background about me. I generally like marketing because I just like getting the word out there, work on advertising. But I really have a passion for the trucking business, and I've been doing it for a long time now. So it's, it's a lot of fun.
So was getting into the trucking industry, was that by design, or like you just fall into it like everybody that we've talked to just about?
I kind of fell into it. Funny story, when I was first working, for my internship in college, so we had a group chat, all of us in our senior chat, and I was like one of the only people without an internship opportunity. So what ended up happening is someone in chat said, "Hey, I can't do my internship. I'll give you a referral if you say you want this." And turns out that was the company that I started working for here in Atlanta, Truck It. So it was, I kind of started working. I ended up doing a lot of guerrilla marketing. I was out there at job sites, putting out lawn care sign or landscape signs, letting them know about download our app, our software for contractor services and stuff like that. And I was like, this is pretty cool. It's something I could see myself doing, and it's, I think past that point, I ended up, when COVID hit, I really just went home to Orlando for a year. And past that point, a small family business had reached out to me over my LinkedIn profile and ended up helping them. And, I got a lot of passion from just being in sales and talking every day with a lot of the drivers, whether they were running flatbed or, van, it's they would stop by our location, Stone Mountain, and, just getting to hear their stories. And, it's real honest work. I just have a passion for, a lot of the drivers out there. We're building hospitals, getting stuff moving. It's just an industry that matters. And I can see a lot of value that we contribute.
Mic drop right there, dude. Always love that, man. Because I've never driven truck either, but same type thing. Went to college for mechanical engineering, sucked at math. So they were like, "Have you ever thought about logistics?" I said, UPS. I'm like, yeah, kind of. But going out and seeing and talking to these drivers, man, understanding that we wouldn't even have a job if it wasn't for them. A lot of people don't think about that. Tech bros, I'm talking to you specifically, but it is very, very, very important, man. Very ingrained. But sorry to get off topic here. So let's talk about the Racetrac Travel Center program.
Well, hey, but before we do it, if I could interject, I would like to maybe get a little bit more on your journey with Racetrac, Nick. And Raceway. What where you started with them, and what pulled you into, the travel center side? When you got there and found out that they were doing this, did you immediately want that? Give us some of the meat and potatoes of your role there at Racetrac.
Yeah, for sure. It kind of started out, for my last job when I worked at the company selling flatbed tarps, I realized I wanted to do more, work for a larger business. Ended up going on LinkedIn. I actually specifically filtered a lot of the jobs for transportation logistics. And that's how I found out about Racetrac. They had this job for a fleet brand manager, they called it. So that was what my job originally was. And I was like, Racetrac, I only know them from filling up my four-wheeler. It's not really a place I know for high flow diesel and trucks. So ended up reaching out and talking with them. Turns out we really hadn't had a role in the marketing team, for advertising and specifically calling out our travel center program. Everyone on the marketing team had kind of taken different responsibilities of is there some billboards we can do? Is there advertising we can do to talk about our offerings like the Catskills and the paid parking? but there really hadn't been like a full on role. So ended up joining 2 years ago on the racetrack team. Post that point, really have been building out more dedicated advertising. We've been getting involved with more industry events, whether we're going to like State Trucking Association events. Probably to y'all, if y'all talking about Texas trucking, that's something we're considering for the next year. And, we went out to Mid-America. So it's really cool just to see, how we can like grow it and be more focused versus like just trying to, just do it while we can. I really want to make sure it's like a concerted effort for the drivers and that we're like being intentful in how we reach out to them.
Nice, brother. Cool. So, kind of continuing on with that, you're talking about the fleet branding thing, and that y'all realized you didn't have, kind of someone in that space, but, can you tell us why after all this time, I'm not sure on my timeline with Racetrac, but I'm assuming we've at least got 50 years in business here. So after all this time, like what led them to finally make that decision after toying around with, like you said, the Catskills and all this? Was it, man, we're missing that money? Or is it that and, hey, we could do better and provide something better than these other ones that are out there doing this?
Yeah, no, I think really, I think a lot of people look for the answer of like, we just decided one day that we want to go into the diesel business. Like, I think we kind of just fell into it from our first location in Blair's Bridge in Lithia Springs, Georgia. That's right out here in Atlanta. It really just kind of came together. We had an opportunity where we saw a lot of traffic in the area of trucks coming through. And we just, as a fuel location, we're looking at like, how can we capitalize on this audience here and offer them a great experience, whether it's in store or at the fueling islands. We added high flow diesel canopies. And if you go to that store right now, you'll even notice when you walk in, the back of it where they added all the truck merchandise is kind of looks like it's just added on, like someone cut the wall out and attached another segment to the building. So we just saw, we offered it based on what was in the market, and we realized that was something we could do. I don't think, we had really considered it previous to that point. This was in 2018. So we're about like 7 years past that now. So like you can see with our growth, it's something we saw was a valid business model. And, I think that we see a lot of, great opportunities from the professional driver audience, both to provide them with a great experience and then, also kind of grow our brand and see where we can, be something new. That's really something we think about.
I love how he said it looks like he just cut a hole in the wall and tech us, bro. That is like the ultimate trucker thing to do. Like, how we fix that? Just cut a hole right here and attach something there.
It gives a little personality, man.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome though, dude. So like, I'm from Douglasville, Georgia. So like, Lithia Springs is right in my backyard over there, and like, what a better place to start up racetracks, travel centers than in Atlanta, freaking Georgia, dude. I miss racetracks. Like, I wish we had them up here in Tennessee, but yeah, just that's my little tidbit there. Sorry to cut your flow off there, Pedro Potato.
No, it didn't come off flow. I'm just saying, like, think that's, it's just, I don't know, I wouldn't say ironic, but ironically funny. I don't know, whatever. My brain glitched out here.
We're gonna have to go check it out, man. When we go down to the show hotel, we're definitely stopping by that freaking racetrack. We're gonna take a right on the way down, but we'll check it out. Got to see that hole in the wall.
It's funny to me, y'all were talking about Nashville. We have a location on Waldron Road up there, and I totally get what you were talking about with the parking areas. And that's something we really try to make sure we have like a safe experience for the drivers out there, because some of those areas are definitely kind of sketchy.
Well, I want to talk about, parking space and, amount of fuel lines and all that stuff here in a minute. But, crap, I'm going to let Hunter get to what he was about to get to, because you'll probably
see, I'm sounding dumb over here. I just found out y'all have a spot in Madison, Tennessee. I love racetracks, man. Like, used to be a QT guy. Racetracks superior, in my personal opinion. So I guess I kind of want to dig into it, man. So like, what's an overview of like y'all's mission here with the travel centers? I know Fred earlier, so Fred's a good friend of ours. He's a driver. Asking about rewards programs. Who are y'all? What are y'all offering? Like, what's kind of the in a nutshell, or a light overview? Like what you guys are pushing towards. I mean, obviously you've been making some good marks at the truck shows and stuff. So, what's the game plan here?
Yeah, for sure. So, I didn't even cover this, but for what a travel center is for Racetrac, it's one of our larger format locations. Typically, we offer 7 high flow diesel fueling lanes, in addition to around like 20 to 30 parking spots and a cat scale. So think it's built on like 8 to 10 acres of land. I will say that's usually our biggest model store. We offer overall, like inside, we don't have anything like showers or laundry, but we're more of just kind of your splash and dash location, as I like to call it. We're definitely a fuel play, like midday. We're just meant to be a quick in and out stop for you. In addition, we have some other locations that are more like a C-store. They're smaller format. We'll have like 3 to 4 high flow diesel fueling lanes in the back with DEF at the pump as well. And that then builds out most of our network. If I want to say it's split, you'll see about 35 of those travel center locations, and the other 60 are going to be the we call it like a high flow diesel store. And it's just like a regular Racetrac or Raceway, which is our franchise brand. We'll also offer that high flow diesel there. So, we have a great inside offer. It's if you haven't had our coffee, we call it the Crazy Good Coffee. It's awesome. We do pizza, amazing. We do really good fried chicken, wings, everything there. And then I know everyone calls out for the healthy stuff. We also have like a full on like bar for fresh foods like salad and sandwiches and stuff like that. And it's really cool. We're kind of really exploring. On the racetrack side is really standardized, but one thing I really want to shout out for our friends at Raceway, like we also do these really cool localized offers. Like if we're in like a market like Florida, we do like special Hispanic food menu, like items like we'll do like birria tacos at some of our stores and stuff like that. So that's something that's like pretty cool that we do on the Raceway side. It's just that's kind of who we are. I don't think we're going to be your traditional overnight truck stop, but if you're looking for a really fast, clean, frictionless, safe experience while you're fueling, that's you're not going to experience that guy like sitting in front of you for 30, 40 minutes at the fueling lane because, went inside to take a shower or whatever and really should have been parking. We can offer that for you. So that's what sets us apart. I can also talk about the rewards program. I know everyone's big on that too. I just didn't want to get past that point. So,
well, hey, if you want to dive into it, we can. Fred's impatient, so just go ahead. And
he's from New York, so you got to deal with him.
Yeah.
Well, so like we do have our own rewards program. Whether you're inside buying stuff like your snacks or if you fuel up at the diesel fueling lanes, you'll get points. We do not have anything like like for showers or laundry just because we don't have it. But I think we have a way that you can like redeem for free items in store, or if you're just trying to get like a dollar amount off your purchase in store, we also have that as a way to really capitalize on the rewards points. It's something we've really been trying to grow out for the professional driver audience. Our rewards program has been around for, I want to say like 10 years now, or a little bit longer than that. And for the longest time, it was really built out for the like 4-wheeler traffic. So we were, really trying to capitalize on like everyday Joe, like all of us on the call. Now it's more built towards the professional drivers where you can select professional in your profile. And that's going to give you like the targeted offers for what we're having for the truck drivers. And we're trying to add more items on the catalog, like whether it's, your truck driver merchandise, stuff for your cab, or just like better meal offerings for points. Also, we also have like a really aggressive truck driver appreciation offer in September, which we'll talk about later, but it's really cool. And then on the Raceway side, they also launched their app, which I can talk about as well. But overall, we do offer a lot of good value for when you're stopping at our stores.
That's good, man. Every rewards program is, they're all pretty decent. I say, at least when I was out there, they were, I think as long as you match dollar for dollar, like every dollar I spend, you give me something back on my points, and that point is worth $1. And the deals, like you mentioned, I think, I'm pretty sure I still have it, but back in the day when we had a racetrack here where I live, they had the coffee thing. I think it was buy 6 cups of coffee. It was basically, I think it was every 7 days you get a free cup of coffee. So if you buy 6, you got 7 free, and you got sandwiches and stuff, which y'all had great stuff. I'm with Hunter, man. I loved me some Racetrac. I used to deliver with Racetrac when I worked at McLean too, man. And so I know the level of quality of the products.
I'm just saying, a roller dog machine hates to see you walking in them doors. All right, and a big gulp.
That's 7-Eleven.
I'll get fat for some gas station.
You can't just say that on the call, man. Here, no, but we definitely have our own we have like a salt and a soda tier for our rewards program where like you can get a free drink every day and every week. So depending on how much you shop with us, and I know a lot of drivers really like using that for the coffee and fountain drinks. So
yeah,
it's pretty popular.
Yeah, rewards program is a good thing, and it obviously drives all that traffic in there more, and it's good to hear that you guys are trying to expand it more to do stuff that like other things the drivers need, things for in their cab or whatever it may be. I don't know, a deal on load locks or something. Which I actually kind of want to use that as a segue into this. So, you say that you guys you had mentioned earlier the flagship store that y'all first built in Georgia, has that add-on with all the truck stuff. So is that the standard in y'all's travel center location? Do y'all have the truck area where you can buy things like high vis vest and log books, maps, all of that type of stuff? Could you expand on the other things that you guys offer for drivers on that part of it?
Yeah, for sure. So, we do have our own full-on like merchandise section for the drivers, whether it's like apparel, like you're talking about the high-vis gear and things like that. We also have like compliance stuff like your logbooks. We do tarps, not like the flatbed kind, but just like, if you need like a poly tarp or if you need straps, things like that for load securement, we offer that. We have our own like CB equipment display case that we offer, and that's at all the stores, whether it's like the travel center or what we call the high flow diesel store, which is a little bit less than a travel center. We have all that in addition to, we have a robust food offering that, we from the pizza bar. That's one thing that I really like about our stores, that if you have never been to a racetrack, like the pizza bar is so cool, getting to see all the different kinds of pizza, whether it's, we do like our triple pepperoni pizza or like our buffalo chicken, or we're doing like new stuff like spicy Hawaiian chicken. I'm one of those people who likes pineapple on pizza. I know that's hot take. I'm probably about to trigger some people in chat, but
it belongs on pizza. It is.
Yeah, that's me. So I like that we're a company willing to do that. So if you're a pineapple pizza lover, Racetrac is the place for you. Quote me on that. So it's yeah, but so it's like that's kind of what we offer. And then overall, like we take a bunch of the major fuel cards too. I know people ask us that, whether it's like your EFS or your Comdata or fuel card. I know we have some other big ones in store for later that I can't talk too much about, but it's really good what's on the horizon.
Now this may seem like a given, but do you guys also have DEF at your pumps, and do you have reefer fuel pumps, if you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, like the dyed diesel?
Well, yes, but I mean, some of the back in the day, there used to be some truck stops. They would have a reefer pump that was a little further set out. They would do it for like 2 or 3 lanes, so you could pull in and you could pump your diesel in your main tanks and your diesel in your reefer without having to pull your truck forward. Some places still do it. I was just asking, but at least DEF, I assume you guys have DEF at all your pumps.
We do have DEF at all our pumps. I want to say some of the stores have reefer fuel. I would definitely need to double check. I know it's not all of them, but it's something we have offered.
It's a good idea, man. Hey, that's a savings right there, buddy. I'm telling you. It is. That's a
reefer's important, all right?
Yep, for sure. It's definitely we're looking in I know some markets have asked us if we have like winter diesel. That's something that's new for us.
Dude, that's good.
Yep.
Winter diesel?
Yeah, man. Like, this well, don't let me talk for you, Nick. I'll let Nick explain.
Oh, I mean, it's just like so we're in the Southeast, first of all. So let's like preface like this is for our new markets. Like we're going into Ohio and Indiana. Like winter diesel is diesel basically like anticoagulants. Just when it gets so dang cold out there, the fuel basically like gels up, I think, and it's just that's like what it's meant. It's basically specially treated to be in those low temperatures. I was in the tarping business much longer before this, and like I know a big thing we used to always treat for was like cold crack on the tarps. It's just like when it gets so cold out there, especially when you're driving down the interstate and it's like wind chills -40. It causes a lot of issues with the trucks. That's all I know. I'm not the best fuel guy, but that's what I know.
No, man.
Learn something every day. That is
totally right, dude. I mean, a lot of the truck centers up in the north, they will change out their fuel for winter diesel, or if they don't, you got to roll around yourself with. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones now, but Howes is what I used to use. But it's an anti-freezing thing. You just dump the bottle in your tank, and obviously if your truck's running at night, not too big of a deal because you have your heater in there. But a lot of people would just idle with their trucks off, and that diesel will sit, dude. And I think diesel starts to freeze, and someone could probably correct me here, but I think something around like -10 or 20 or whatever, diesel starts to gel up or something like that. And you get up to Wyoming, man, that -30 and 40 and wind chill. So you're right, Nick.
So it starts to gel at between 10 and 15 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, well, look, I was way
That's
off.
nuts,
so
dude. I mean, it gets down to that temperature here in Tennessee. I had no idea. So not trying to get off track once again, but that is.
No, it's not off track. That's a cool thing, man.
Great talking point.
Yeah, not a lot of travel, diesel places, travel centers, truck stops, whatever you want to call them. They're not doing that. Like I said, instead, to them, it's just easier to put up an end cap somewhere with, you know, a product that you just pour into it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's
so
a win for Racetrac.
It is, bro. Heck yeah, it is, dude. So continuing with y'all's, well, I say continuing, wrong phrase. Keeping, I guess, whatever, on the thing about the high flow stuff. So you said the high flow station. You said that y'all started this in 2018. What are you guys up to right now?
So we're currently up to like 98 stores, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
When I started back in 2023, I think we were at like 46 or 47. So it just really shows you how many stores we've been building. I think we've been averaging like 25 stores a year. And that's big for us because a lot of the new stores we're building have the high flow diesel on it. So that's a cool part where, like, you know, moving forward, like all the new locations for Racetrac, if it's, you know, if you're in a Racetrac's coming to your town, you can know it's a fit for you if you're a driver, which is something that's really cool. But yeah, it's we're up to almost 100 stores. We're going to be opening a couple in Florida. Most of our stores are in Florida. And then also in Alabama, and I want to say Tennessee, Bulls Gap, Tennessee is coming up. So we'll have our 100th store next month, which is big for us. And that's our 100th high flow diesel store. You know, if you're just talking about our C stores, we're up to about 800, but it's really cool how we're growing that segment of the business.
Where's your 100th store going to be? Can you give that away?
The hardest part is just it's with opening the stores that a lot of them get delayed, you know, whether it's, you know, due to permitting and things like that.
Yeah.
I will say, I want to say it's like going to be Milledgeville, Georgia. I want to say that's like one of our locations. That or like Bulls Gap, Tennessee, I think is it's one of our travel centers. So it depends, but it's going to be one of these stores upcoming. And the one other cool thing is like I want to say like 4 of our next stores or 6 stores opening are travel centers. So they're going to be those locations with like the amenities, like the parking and the Catskills, which is pretty cool.
You should let us know because Mr. Hound up there has camera, will travel.
Oh, dude, I was about to say, if the 100th store is open here in Tennessee, I'm bringing balloons and a cake. It is going to be a party. All right, might even bring some of those little poppers. You know, we're going to celebrate. That'd be freaking awesome, though. See, I'm pumped about this, man. Coming to Tennessee finally.
It's
already here, but yeah.
No, it's awesome. I love doing the on-site events. We'll actually, you know, speaking of that, one cool thing that we're going to be doing later this year. During Truck Driver Appreciation. So for the past couple of years, we partnered with one of our merchandise providers, Linco. We've done some on-site giveaways for the drivers, and I always love doing that. Also, we're planning an event in August at one of our travel centers, which is going to be ahead of like do y'all know the Broker Carrier Summit? They do like their big road show. So we're going to be doing an event. I want to say it's tentatively on August 21st at that first travel center location where we'll be out with one of our fuel card partners, Multi-Service, and like handing out, you know, driver appreciation gifts and stuff. And during the entire month of September for the past couple of years, we've been doing like on-site giveaways, whether it's like scent bombs. We gave away like a Blue Parrot headset at like, I want to say 10 to 13 of our travel centers. It's varied from year to year, but I think we'll even try to expand it this year. It's that's one thing that's really big. You know, I don't know what y'all's thoughts are on driver appreciation. I'm sure you hear about it as the week, but a lot of what we do at Racetrac is for the entire month. So that's something that's really big for us. You know, we like to expand it.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate the drivers.
Driver appreciation. I'm all for it, dude. I'm all for it. I mean, I drove myself, but I will tell you how most drivers feel about it, and hopefully this, you know, put some fire under you guys to make sure that you're not one of the ones that get included in this. But a majority of it is that, and they feel like it's just a cop out, a sellout. You know, they use that stuff to just show, and I say that because they give little dumb things like, oh, hey, have a free hot dog. Here's a free pizza party. Have a pizza party, which might be cool at Racetrac because they have pineapple pizza, even though I'm not for that. But we'll let you two crazy people have that to yourself. But so. That's awesome that y'all do it for a month. That's way more than most people. Most drivers feel that it's a cop out, that, you know, they're just doing it because they feel they have to. So, you know, kudos to you guys for extending it and making it for the entire month, dude. And only advice I could give you, and there's probably plenty of drivers that could chime in and say, is, you know, think about if you were out there in the truck, the things that you would want for someone to give you to show your appreciation. And I can just tell you, it's not a free fountain drink. So that's it, man. But that's amazing, dude. Crap, just brain glitch. Poof, there it went. It's gone, Hunter. It'll come back in a minute.
Well, Taylor Barker asked some questions. I just told him to ask away. Or you'll hop on. Nick, Taylor Barker is he is a oh yeah, I'm gonna send him the link. Is that cool with you, dude? He is a great driver, like one of the most well respected, well known drivers in this industry. Is that cool with you?
Oh yeah, I'm cool with whatever. I think it's
cool.
love to chat with people. I think that's what we did in Mid America, right? That was we had
dude,
dude,
yeah. You were on with man. He was on with some drivers. I have to go back and watch the video. You were on with some drivers.
Right,
that's gonna be cool. Taylor's a good guy, man. Yeah, Taylor.
He's salt of the earth. He's one of the few drivers that I would gladly bring on without question. But that's just drivers, man. They're different breeds. But,
so while we're still on the subject, because I know it's something big that you really wanted to touch on and make the point. Anything else about the driver appreciation month or special things that you guys are doing? You want to give any more teasers or anything, Nick? Please spend all the time that you want on that, because I know that was important for y'all.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, the cool part is I can finally talk about what we're giving away this year. So for the entire month, if you sign up for Racetrac Rewards and select professional under your driver profile, you're going to get 2 times rewards points, a free slice of pizza, and then a coffee or fountain drink every week of the month. So that's 4 slices of pizza and like 4 drinks over the course of the month. And there's no strings attached to that. All we ask you to do is sign up for rewards and select professional driver. That's really what's, I think, big for us is like, we're not trying to sell you on something. I think a big part of it, what we'd love for you to do is, first of all, just try us out. I think we're trying to learn from you all about how we can be a fit, and then, just enjoy the offer.
Nice, dude. I like that. Double points. That's what's up, brother. Woo-hoo! Yeah,
baby.
Mr. Barker, how you doing with your snazzy driving glasses on, Mr. Professional?
Hey, man. Looking cool on my stool here.
You are, man. Taylor, this is Nick Lafalce with Racetrac. You've been watching, so you see he works on the travel center side, focusing on you drivers. Nick, this is Taylor. Taylor's been driving for decades. Hunter already said he's extremely well respected in the industry. So, yeah, I know it's been more like centuries, Taylor. I'm trying to be nice. Yeah.
He drives a whopping 15 miles a week, so he's hard at it.
It's nice to meet you, Nick.
Nice to meet you.
So I want to give you guys a big attaboy at Racetrac, and also some of your competitors on your level. So when I buy fuel, I'm very appreciative that the racetracks that I can get into that are near any major chain of truck stops is usually 50 to 60, sometimes $1 cheaper than the chains. So I want to thank you guys for that.
Wow.
And it doesn't. Huge. So in my route of running, I'm sure you've heard of, well, I've done forgot it now. It'll come to me in a second. But they're next to a Pilot, and the most I've ever seen was $1.06 cheaper. And Racetrac is in that bracket of truck stops and not so much truck stops, but fuel stops that has 60, 80 cent cheaper fuel than Pilots, Flying J's, TAs, and etc. So thanks for keeping the fuel cheap, man.
No problem. The guy who's responsible for that's not on the call, but it's definitely something we try to, keep in mind. It's we're one of we like to call ourselves a price leader. So in most of our markets, unless you're going with a negotiated fleet deal, we can definitely get you the, really aggressive pricing on the street.
Well, the thing I like about it is I don't have to fill out anything. I don't need a membership card. I can just go to your pump and buy my fuel. And I have before, actually several times. And the fuel's the same price. It's cheap. It's your pump price is cheaper than the Pilot's pump price. But now, granted, with the Pilot and other big companies like Pilot, you fill out your rewards cards. Now, the way I look at it is the company I'm leased to uses Loves. Now, I have the freedom because I own my trucks that I can fuel anywhere. It's just more hassle to keep up with receipts, blah, blah, blah. When I use their fuel supplier, then it's all done for me, included in the price. So I get that email once a month that says, woohoo, you save 4 cents a gallon. And plus they give me 4 cents a gallon, so 8 cents a gallon at $4 a gallon. You know, I'm getting it for $3.92. Or I can go across the street to any racetrack or any other fuel stop in your league and get it for $3 a gallon. I mean, the math is pretty simple there. And plus, your amenities are awesome. You know, not counting the showers. Obviously, a lot of them don't have showers, but to come in and get something hot, it's simple, it's quick and easy, and the food is great. So, thanks for being one of the good guys in the trucking industry that takes care of truck drivers.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate it. It's definitely our mission out there to help you all out. And, you know, we try to make it as clear as possible. And we appreciate guys like you out there helping spread the word, because that's where it matters, right? Word of mouth.
Well, I mean, you know, you don't need guys like me, to be honest with you. I mean, you guys are doing it yourselves. You know, you don't need a good product sells itself. You know, you don't need a bunch of clowns on a TV commercial, you know, to sell garbage. A good product sells itself, and you guys have done extremely well in selling yourself, and definitely earned my business.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hey, Nick, if it means anything, dude.
So, guys, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys today, and I apologize. I was a little behind on you, but text me if you need me to share something. Sometimes I don't see it till it's.
We appreciate it, but hey, Taylor, before you go, what you know, why Nick has as a driver here, basically face to face. Is there anything that you would like to give them as far as maybe advice, something that you haven't seen at one of their places that you're like, man, I would really like to see this, like extra long squeegee handles. I don't know, you know, just anything.
Well, that's a gimme, but no, man. I mean, you know, the biggest things we stop at truck stops for, obviously, is fuel and take a shower and food. The three biggest things. And obviously, racetracks and all the quick stops and all them, they don't have showers, and I get that. They're fuel stops. But as far as the food goes, dude, don't change anything. I'm in and I'm out with a decent, fresh cooked meal versus it sitting in a under a light for hours until the chicken wings almost break your teeth. You know, at some pilots and stuff. I hate to say it, pilot, but y'all gotta step up your game. Nothing's fresh, but racetrack and all the other small stops like that, it's made to order. The pizzas are great. There's nothing that sits for a long time, and it's really good. You're in and you're out. The service is great, and you know, I'm real happy. I wish they would grow faster, if you know what I mean.
We're trying. We're trying.
So yeah, that's my advice. But no, I've had nothing but good luck in them so far, and you know, you guys are. When I say racetrack, I mean, to be fair, all the fuel stops that are in your bracket. When I say in your bracket, I mean, you know, no showers, you know, up and comings. But you guys are great, man. You guys are cheaper. I save money. I'd rather save $80 or $100 in my pocket than get 4 or 8 points on a gallon, if you know what I mean, and just buy my showers. So are showers something that's coming into the future?
Not at the moment, but I think it's definitely something we've asked ourselves before. You know, I think the biggest thing that I'll say is we're always listening to y'all. So if the call for it is, you know, big enough, I think maybe one day in the future, you never know.
Yeah, I will say this. You guys, if you guys had showers, you would probably end the industry as we know it now and start something new. I mean, you would definitely put a lot of them out of business, in my opinion, because a lot of us would come there. As far as your fuel cards, I'm sure I know you guys take the major fuel cards, so that's a plus. I'll just keep on keeping on, man. And when I see them out, I stop at them if I can, and we'll continue to do so.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
You guys, great job on your show, and
thanks, Taylor.
Anything, you guys give me a holler.
All right,
hey,
brother.
Taylor. Hey, just so you know, man, Mayberry Chrome Truck Show, October 2nd and 3rd. Better see you there.
I will do my best, man. I'm kind of truck showed out right now.
Brother.
I might drive my taxi out there.
Hey, if that's the case, then I'm just gonna drive drive back to Bristol, man. I think it's so cool.
All right, guys. I'll catch up with you guys later. Nice meeting you, sir, and keep on keeping on, brother. You're doing a good job.
Thanks for coming on, Taylor. Be safe out there,
All
buddy.
right,
man. Keep that
going back to listening mode.
Later, buddy.
Heck yeah.
Boom. Thank you for that, Nick. Man, we appreciate you letting Taylor come on, man, and hopefully, hopefully that gave man, I can't think of the word now.
I mean, that's a testament to what y'all have going on.
Thank you.
I was saying jokingly, Taylor Barker is a hard sell, but he is old school trucker. Like, calls out BS when he sees it, and like, if you guys are doing something good, he's gonna let you know, and he just lets you know. So I saw you writing down notes too, man. Like, he doesn't speak out of his rear end. Like, he's a great driver, man. So keep on keeping on, brother. Like, this is cool.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, hashtag not sponsored. You know, that was not a sponsored plug. It was
not yet.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's no, that's awesome. You know, like, I think that's seriously, that's the stuff that, like, you know, gives me and my team like the motivation to keep going. You know, hearing, you know, talking about that, and like, it's cool to see. You know, I don't really think anyone's got it solved out, you know, yet. It's like, I feel like the industry is always changing, and it's like, we're always looking at ways we can reinvent ourselves. And I love hearing the feedback of like, how can we make this better for the drivers? Because I'll tell you right now, like, I think it's a learning experience. You know, whether the market changes or the drivers are changing, you know, it's just something we can always evolve and be better at.
Yeah. This is one of those things too, man. You can't please everybody, you know.
Yep.
Like, people are always going to gripe about stuff, but you know, the way you guys are scaling up, you know, like, what'd you call it? The Splash and Dash?
Splash and Dash.
Dude, I need that on a t-shirt, sticker, and a tattoo like 50 minutes ago, dude. That's amazing. But like, the way you guys are scaling up though, it's not like, all right, we're going to provide everything. We're going to have a gym, hotel, sauna, shower, you know, like, it's good food, good gas. And like, bro, you kept that out. Like, y'all have cheaper gas than everybody, or I say gas, diesel than everybody else. Like, man, making it easy out here. Like, and to your point too, like, don't have to worry about people sitting in the freaking fueling bays for 45 minutes, an hour, you know, like, clean operation for everybody, you know, not just the drivers. Also, it's all drivers, I guess, but I'm rambling. But dude, Racetrac taking over.
You got me thinking. You're talking about hotels and all that stuff, and I don't know if you all look in like the Trucker Path app or any of that, but they say pool as one of the amenities, and I'm like, who is the truck stop that has a pool? I just want to know.
That's where the plus size drivers go and take their baths. If you know, what
dude,
I'm
I actually think I'm not lying. I believe the Truckers Paradise north of DFW has a pool. They're a new like mom and pop owned truck stop, and I think that's one of the things they have as a pool, because their whole.
You couldn't pay me to jump in that pool, dude.
I'm not saying you could. I'm just saying I think they do. And if you go to Little America, they do, but they're like hotel and stuff. So
yeah, man, like little tiny houses, you know, little like sleeper pods, you know, like they have in Japan. Like, I don't know, something like that. Anything's possible. But what you guys are doing out there, asking these drivers questions, you know, people like Taylor just taking that feedback. That's, like I said, saw you writing some stuff down, man. That's what it's all about right there. Because a lot of people just in one ear, out the other, doesn't match up with what we want to do, so we're not going to do it. And
I think that's why we get out there, man. You know, a lot of it's like we try to do events. We work with our field marketing team. You know, we're just out there just trying to listen, because, you know, it's really easy, you know, when we're at our office here at the Store Sports Center Atlanta, to be, you know, far removed from a lot of the drivers. So, you know, me and my team, we try to get out there and like just actually go to the travel centers and like talk to people, you know, whether we're handing out coupons or just, you know, getting feedback. Because it's like, it's interesting, you know, and especially like all the issues you think would be like a small thing, but amplified across like over 100 stores, it becomes a big thing, you know. And it's like really getting the perspective of the driver, whether, you know, it's like they feel like one of our locations isn't easy enough to turn into, or maybe the way we have signage outside the stores is causing annoyance because, you know, it's blocking their way when they're coming from the fueling island, stuff like that. It's like we really get to take that feedback and try to make it a better experience for the drivers.
Well, I tell you, Taylor brings up a really good point here. You know, is, you know, you guys are on X. X is where all the drivers are now. Like, that's where they're at. They've all moved over to Facebook. So you guys got an X account. Like, ask those questions out there on social media. I'm telling you, like, you're going to get you may not get the responses, all the responses that you want, but you're going to get responses, man. You'll
get the good, bad, and the ugly, but you'll get a nice little pool of data. You'll get a good data pool to pull from,
And Nick, I want to touch on something that Taylor kind of said too, man. Is y'all are in a prime spot right now in this market, and what I mean by that is you're new. All of these the big four, TA, Petro, well, I guess really the big two, because, PA, all of those guys, I'm not even going to, but all those guys, they've been doing this for decades, Nick, and all they do is continue to find ways to screw it up. That's it. They don't make any improvements there or do anything for these drivers. You guys, you're new in this thing. You have the opportunity to look at the mistakes that the other ones are making in this space and say, we're not going to do it. Our parking lots are going to be clean. They're going to be well lit. We're going to have security. We're going to police up people, and I don't mean like literally policing, but in military policing just means watching things, taking care and making sure stuff doesn't happen. We're going to provide good amenities. Things going to be fast, in, out, all of this stuff. So, you guys really have an opportunity to get a very good corner, a slice of this market, and do it in a way that these other ones are failing at. And here's the reason that a lot of your competitors stay in business is because of what Taylor talked about as well. They call all these companies, say, we're going to give you some stupid worthless fuel discount that means nothing to us. Like, we don't care about your little 8 cents a gallon. That does nothing to our margin. And because we're going to give this to you, we want to lock in every single one of your drivers to use our network and our network only. And that's what they do. It's not because they got the cleanest showers or the best food or their fountain drinks taste better. That's usually it. It's usually a fuel thing, man, because that is the largest expense in this industry. Fuel, truck payment, trailer payment, insurance. Maybe not in the order for the last three, but that's it right there. Fuel is number one. So, to just say it again, if you guys play this stuff right, man, you listen to these drivers, use social media to your guys' advantage. Don't just use it, to promote the things you're doing. Ask questions. Get the hard answers from those people, man. Like, you don't know what you need to do, Nick, if you're not out there asking the consumer every single day, what is it that we need to do to get your business? And I mean, really, that's all I can say. And I'm nobody. I mean, you guys are a publicly traded company, so who am I really to be giving you advice? But I mean, just saying, truck drivers are a hard market to catch, man. They're probably the hardest market to catch and get their loyalty. But once you do, man, they're gonna hold strong to you, man. They're gonna preach it just like Taylor gave you guys nothing but kudos, man. I mean, yeah. And that's saving $1 a gallon. That's huge, man.
And hey, what Taylor said right here, he said he's gonna retweet it to his driver circle. This dude has like 120,000 followers on X, and like, he's got some good folks out there, and use people like us, like, not sponsored, but hey, if you got any announcements or anything, like, you want us to ask for you, bro, we're here for it, because this is what we do, trying to make this industry better, just like you guys.
And old Fred said Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Fred, their coffee's good, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Racetrac got some good coffee. Their coffee's on point, man.
That's why we call it crazy good.
There you go. Crazy good. So stop being not crazy, Fred, and go get crazy with some crazy good coffee at your Racetrac and Raceway stores. And you can use your driver rewards and eventually get you some free cups of coffee. Boom, mic drop. I'll send you my invoice in the mail, Nick.
Oh, man. Yeah. What am I even here for?
I know, man. I know that's right, man. Me and Hunter are going to be sitting next to you in the cubicles next door next week, buddy.
Oh, yeah. No cubicles. Virtual cubicles, maybe.
Virtual cubicles.
But if there's pizza and coffee involved, then we can talk. Then we can talk.
100%. Pizza and coffee. We're down for that. So, Nick, I mean, I think we touched, man, pretty much on everything that we wanted to ask you about. And but what we do want to do is give you an opportunity to give us any exiting comments, questions, concerns, updates. You want to give yourself or Racetrac some plugs? Tell us where everybody can find you guys.
Yeah, for sure. No, just go to racetrac.com. or racewaystores.com. You can find our locations on there. Just as a reminder, y'all, Racetrac and Raceway, we are your high flow diesel destination, as I want to call it. So we have over 100 stores this year that are truck accessible, whether it's, you're going to the travel center with the paid parking, or not paid parking, sorry, I'm just parking. We have free and paid, and as well as Catskills. Or if you just want to go to one of our fuel stops, as Taylor so aptly said, it's definitely something we're trying to grow on, and it's a growing program for us. I would just tell everyone on who's listening, I think we are more than just a convenience store and a gas station. We're also the fit for a lot of these, high flow diesel accessible, the semi trucks, the tractor trailers, whether you're driving van, reefer, flatbed, whatever that it is, we're here for you. And one big thing, sign up for Racetrac Rewards or Raceway Rewards. We have really exciting offers coming in this year. Truck driver appreciation in September. Just select professional driver when you sign up for the Racetrac Rewards app. And you're going to get all the cool stuff throughout the month of September, including 2 times points. And you're also going to get a free slice of pizza, coffee or fountain drink every week of the month. So something really exciting to look forward to.
Nice. Dude, I like it, dude. Man, that's what's up. God, I wish we had racetracks back here.
You got to move to Tennessee. The better tea, the better color orange.
We still have them in Texas. They moved out of all the smaller markets, man. I mean, like the store's still here, but it was bought out by somebody else. But like they did, I don't know. They moved out of all the smaller markets in Texas, and they're just mainly in the metropolitan areas and stuff. Well, great, I get it, but dude, they were here forever. Like I loved Racetrac, bro. Love Racetrac, dude. Even back in the day before they had all the fancy stuff they had now, man. I've never been to a Raceway. I've seen them, but I've never been to them. Raceway in Jersey has Dunkin' Donuts coffee shops.
Different company. I'm calling that right now. Yeah.
Man, yep. Fred. Oh, Fred.
See, this is why we didn't bring Fred on. This is why we brought Taylor on, and this is why Taylor said, "Ha ha ha! Old Fred's a gym."
Yeah. He's not a gym that worked anything. He's like a Kubrick zirconia. No, I'm joking, Fred. You know we love you, brother.
With his fake Rolex.
Don't you get him started on that Rolex, man. Please do not do that. All right, so this is a really good show, Nick. Really, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Stay with us for a minute. We're going to do a final sponsor break and then talk about what we got coming up the rest of the week. Before we do that, Mr. Hound, do you have any exiting or any comments, anything you want to say to Nick?
Number one, I'm super excited for these travel centers to pop up here in Tennessee. Like, love Racetrac, Raceways, the OGs. Nick, you're the man. You are on a great path here, brother. What y'all have cooking is something that I think well, like Taylor said, man, we'll really shake up what we know for these, travel stops. Like, you guys are going in the right direction. So keep on the good path, brother. But also, you're now an official lounge lizard, which is a term of endearment. So anytime you have any updates, that 100th store opening up, man, if you want to pop in, give a little announcement, you're always welcome. Always have a seat here at the lounge. So appreciate you cutting out some time with us, man.
Oh, thank you. You guys have been great hosts, and I appreciate it.
We try.
Yeah, bro. That's it. 100 said it right. We try. We don't always deliver it. No, I'm lying. We always deliver. Just like Racetrac.
Hey, we under promise, over deliver. But sometimes we under promise and under deliver.
That's true. Like, that's very true. Depends on the day and how many cups of coffee have been consumed. But this whole show, we've been talking about the great things that Racetrac is doing, and we could continue talking about great things that'll help you drivers out there, like getting yourself Trailer Century or any other type of device that's offered by 7P GPS. They got a whole bunch of them. Whether you want to track stuff, you want to protect with anti-security on your truck, your assets, your cargo, you just hit them up at 7pgps.com. Tell them that the Logistics Lounge sent you, and they'll hook you up with a good deal. And you know what else is an amazingly good deal is parking at a Freight Ninja spot, especially when you use the code Lounge Ninja and you get yourself some special rates. You can go find them at freightninja.com, or you can give them a shout. And like I said, use that code Lounge Ninja and get yourself a discount, save some money. Park your truck in a safe, well-lit, gated facility. And that's going to wrap it up for us. But before we go, we're going to let y'all know what we got happening. This Friday, it is Freestyle Friday the 13th. Dun, dun, dun. So, hey, bring everybody. Just come hang out with us. We're just going to have a good time. We've got someone that's going to come on and make a special announcement about an upcoming truck show that people are going to want to hear. So make sure you tune in for that and come have a good time. Next week, next Wednesday, we got an OG guest coming back, Mr. Michael Vincent. He's going to come on and he's going to tell us all about his time in logistics and what he is doing to make the planet a better, cleaner place using some cool technology to get rid of ocean plastics and make them reusable. So don't miss that. Next Friday, we're not going to have a show because we're going to be at the Texas Trucking Show. We might do something live there. I don't know. I might walk around, just get a wild bug in my butt and say, let's go live. Let's talk some people. Who knows? But, you got to tune in and wait for all of that, and we'll see what's happening. So with that, as I always say, chunk them deuces. Mr. Hound, roll that beautiful beam footage.
Rolling.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.